Welcome to another adrenaline-packed episode of high-speed police chases caught on Dashcam. Get ready to witness intense pursuits, heart-pounding moments, and the incredible skill of officers as they take on dangerous drivers. Buckle up. It's going to be a wild ride.
January 1st, 2023, Arkansas State Police were in pursuit of a gray truck with 2 patrol cars already engaged. Assistance was requested and Trooper Dakota Davis responded, quickly taking over as the primary unit in the chase. Trooper Davis tried to attempt a pit maneuver, but couldn't get close enough as the truck driver accelerated. The suspect, driving in the exit lane, pretended to take an exit in an attempt to trick the troopers. However, the troopers didn't fall for it and continued pursuing him down the highway. Trooper Davis attempted another pit maneuver, but once again failed to make contact with the truck, allowing the chase to continue. However, when the truck driver took an exit, something unexpected happened that the driver clearly didn't plan for. Stay tuned to find out. As the truck driver exited the highway, he lost control and crashed into a stop sign. Determined to flee, he tried to continue, but Trooper Davis rammed the truck, forcing it to a complete stop. Troopers quickly exited their patrol cars, arrested the driver, and took him into custody without further incident, bringing this intense pursuit to an end. On April 18th, 2024, a driver from Texas found himself in trouble when he was pulled over by an Arkansas state trooper for driving 55 miles per hour in a 45 miles per hour zone. As the trooper approached the vehicle, he noticed the driver wasn't wearing a seatbelt and could smell the odor of marijuana. When the trooper instructed the driver to exit the vehicle, the driver accelerated and fled the stop, initiating a pursuit. That was likely the reason the driver fled the stop. During the pursuit, the driver could be seen throwing marijuana out of the car in an attempt to get rid of the evidence. The driver came across an unexpected obstacle, a random driver who ended up being the reason the chase came to an end. It's crazy how he fled the stop, only to be stopped in this way.
He's bailing.
The driver exited his vehicle and attempted to flee on foot, but a trooper quickly deployed a taser, stopping him in his tracks. He was arrested and taken into custody without further incident. On February 21st, 2024, Trooper Austin was on routine patrol when he spotted an SUV swerving all over the road. After running the license plate, he confirmed the registration had expired. The trooper activated his emergency lights and sirens, and while the driver slowed down, he never came to a complete stop. When the driver ran a red light, Trooper Austin realized he had no intention of stopping and informed other units that he was in pursuit.
Important baseline 117, traffic light. Someone at the university still on the search trip. Traffic light.
The trooper could have likely executed a pit maneuver at that moment, but he decided to wait for a better opportunity to bring the chase to a safe conclusion.
Speed 109, traffic light.
Get him out before the cars. Where you're at, okay?
The trooper got another opportunity and successfully sent the fleeing vehicle into a ditch. 2 more patrol cars arrived at the scene, and together they helped the trooper arrest the driver. The driver was removed from the vehicle as it rolled over, arrested, and taken into custody without further incident. On June 16, 2023, in Brecksville, Ohio, 2 armed suspects robbed a bank and then began fleeing. 2 patrol cars were stationed waiting for the suspects to pass. Once the suspects drove by, the troopers informed other units and initiated a pursuit.
Speeding up.
No plate. Westbound. Where are you westbound? 58 behind him. That's not involved. I'm just trying to catch up with you on. Getting off at transportation, speed 90, slowing. Yeah, advise Garfield, he's getting off at transportation. Speed slowing to 40. Coming up to the transportation. North on transportation, speed 40. Right on him.
The suspect drove very recklessly, showing no regard for the safety of other drivers on the road as expected in such a high-stakes situation.
Speed 90, still westbound, coming up to the bridge, going over the bridge. Speed's 105, traffic's heavy.
Due to heavy traffic and the suspect's reckless driving, the trooper had a hard time getting any closer to the suspect's vehicle. However, the troopers remained determined to do their best to stop the suspect.
They're getting off at the fleet exit. Speed 50. They're going to be going northbound on 50th, northbound East 50th from Fleet. I'm 10 feet off them, speed 70. I have several cities behind me. We are 77, passing Dalton. Still northbound on 50th, passing Rufin, passing Ham. Speed 80, traffic light, no pedestrians. We're going to be coming up to East 55th and Broadway. They just struck a vehicle, they're still going. They struck a Dodge truck.
The suspect hit another vehicle but continued fleeing. After 3 minutes, the suspect made a crucial mistake that would have a huge impact on the pursuit.
Exiting Lorraine. Exiting onto Lorraine. They just hit a vehicle to bail. One male bailed.
Cuff. I got cuffs. We got one in custody.
The suspect crashed into another vehicle at a traffic light. The passenger exited and was immediately caught and arrested. Meanwhile, the driver continued fleeing but eventually crashed as well. It was the end of the chase for him, too. He was arrested and taken into custody along with the passenger. On May 1st, 2022, Trooper Justin Harper was stationary when he spotted a driver exceeding the posted speed limit. Although the driver slowed down slightly as he passed the trooper, he didn't come to a stop. When Trooper Harper activated his lights and sirens to initiate a traffic stop, the driver failed to comply, triggering a pursuit.
Arkansas 659, 0 Young George. 659, 0 Young George. Red Toyota, Corolla, Fairview Road, near Eagle Street.
The driver began accelerating, making it clear he had no intention of stopping. Fleeing from an Arkansas state trooper would soon prove to be one of the worst decisions of his life.
He just crashed out into a vehicle, California crash.
This clip is a reminder that it's always better to stop for the police rather than flee. Not only do you put your own life in danger, but you also risk the lives of everyone around you. In this case, the driver lost control of his vehicle and crashed into another car waiting at a traffic light. The driver was taken to the hospital and later into custody. Thankfully, the innocent driver was not injured. In North Little Rock, Trooper Niles observed a black Lexus speeding on the highway and pulled the driver over for exceeding the posted speed limit. As Trooper Niles approached the vehicle and had a brief conversation with the driver, the suspect suddenly fled the stop, initiating a pursuit. The driver attempted to overtake heavy traffic, even going off the road to get around vehicles, showing complete disregard for the safety of other drivers on the road. The trooper can be heard planning to execute a pit maneuver, but it wasn't easy. The suspect was driving so fast that the trooper couldn't get close enough to carry it out. The trooper got very close to executing a pit maneuver, but with other vehicles nearby, it's hard to say if it was the best decision. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Well, fleeing from an Arkansas state trooper is never a good idea. What started as a simple traffic stop turned into a disaster for the driver. After crashing, he was rescued from the vehicle, arrested, and taken into custody without further incident. On April 11, 2023, Arkansas state troopers engaged in a pursuit of a one-legged man who had stolen a van from a parking lot and was determined to evade law enforcement. What followed was an unpredictable and intense chase that kept troopers on high alert. Check out this wild pursuit and see how it all unfolded. The suspect veered onto a closed road, taking troopers on an unpredictable and unexpected pursuit. Despite the challenging terrain and the suspect's erratic driving, the troopers stayed close, determined to bring the chase to a safe conclusion.
I want y'all to turn around here and go back to the other two trains there. Where you going?
Only a few patrol cars managed to make it onto the highway, continuing the pursuit of the suspect as he recklessly tried to evade capture. The chase intensified as troopers worked to bring the situation under control.
Out of one of those bridges. We can take some spike and get it out.
The suspect lost control and crashed into the median, and troopers quickly rescued him from the rolled-over vehicle. What made this chase even crazier was that the suspect only had one leg, somehow managed to lead law enforcement on this high-speed pursuit. It's truly unbelievable how he managed to evade capture for so long, given his physical limitations. Let me know your thoughts on this wild chase in the comments. On May 22, 2023, what started as a routine traffic stop quickly escalated into a horrific accident. It all began when the driver, who had been pulled over for speeding, fled the stop. Trooper Stephen Roberts assisted in the pursuit and quickly took the lead as the primary unit.
He's in front of the golf course now. More City, I'm in a pursuit. He's way ahead of him. Going out the red light here in front of the golf course. I ain't turned. I ain't wrecked that. He's in the golf course. Of course, he's in a 1016 flip.
As the fleeing suspect drove at a high rate of speed, he lost control of his vehicle and crashed onto a golf course. His vehicle rolled over onto its side, and he was unable to get out. The only way to rescue him was to break the windshield and pull him from the vehicle. The suspect was rescued from the vehicle and arrested immediately. He was taken into custody, bringing this short but intense pursuit to an